And so Meade County, we're excited to dive in and talk about some of the options that are there.
From tourism to eats to economic development, we got kind of a front row seat at all the great things that are happening there, and I'm excited to hear. I heard some of what happened at Eric's first stop.
Great baller move I made by complete accident.
Your Obama moment.
Yeah. So our first stop, the first stop was at a place called Lumberjack's Lodge, and they do a number of things there. And this place was created just genuinely out of, the owner and his wife thought there really should be more fun things to do here, so let's create it. So they do several things here, but first we're going to talk about axe throwing, because it's something I know that exists here in Louisville.
I've never been.
I've never
Is this your first time?
Never picked up an axe, at least to throw at something in my life, but had a great time.
For
Take
fun.
a look. All right, I was really excited when they said, go throw an axe, Eric, and then I picked up an axe, and you see, I'm not very good at it, but the good news here is I've got Dave FACKLER here with Lumberjack's Lodge, which of course is where we are, and Dave, you say you guys and your team here can make anybody good at this.
Absolutely. You spend a few minutes with our coaches, you will be able to throw a lot better than what we just saw.
Well, it actually is fun. I'm joking. I'm not embarrassed to say that I'm terrible at something, because I'm definitely terrible at this. But this was organically created. You did this as an activity however many years ago, and you thought this would be fun to do back home in Brandenburg.
Exactly. Yeah, my wife and I went and threw axes with some friends of ours, and we just had a good time doing it. We thought it was fun. And I'm from here in Brandenburg, and so we always thought it would be great to have a business of some type. And it was actually her idea to open up an axe place.
Give credit where credit is due.
Credit where credit is due, because at first I said that's the craziest thing I've ever heard, and that we didn't know anything about doing that. And here we are a couple of years later.
Well, I can share what one of the reasons I feel like I can share this with you is I'm from Nelson County. I know what it's like to be from a county where you're like, I wish there was something to do sometimes, back in the day anyway. And I feel like that was what your experience was here, wanting to provide something to do for the 20, 30, and 40-year-olds.
That's exactly right. I mean, I grew up here, so I know from experience there's not a lot of things to do, particularly in the Meade County, Breckinridge County, Harrison County areas. So we just thought it would be great to have an entertainment venue of some kind, and axe throwing just happened to be the thing that we latched onto.
Well, and it's not just a fun activity. Anybody can come and have a good time with it, but it's competitive too.
It is competitive. So we're actually members of the International Axe Throwing Federation.
Because that's a thing that exists. Who knew?
That is a thing, and because of that, we can actually hold leagues, we can have tournaments. If somebody's really good in the league,
like somebody
who just did something, then they can actually go on to regional championships and national championships and world championships. Haven't had anybody do that yet, but we'll see.
Well, but you've only been around for a couple of years. It
That's
takes
right.
a minute to get there, but the benefit is you were telling me that you could make me good.
We can.
So you do have coaches.
We do. So every group that comes in, we have coaches that stay with every group. The coaches typically will spend the first 10 minutes or so teaching everybody in the group how to throw. We have a couple of different styles of hatchets, as you saw. People can throw big axes if they want. And then our coaches help people play games. So we play 21, tic-tac-toe, all kinds of different games we have.
Do you ever get nervous with that many people running around with axes?
Well, no, not really. I mean, our slogan is, beer and axes, what could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
Right, yeah, so we have a good time.
What's your favorite part about all this? Because I imagine as a business owner who came about this the way that you did, you saw a need and you wanted to create it, it's got to be really, I guess, satisfying on some level to look around and see so many people enjoying it.
It is, yeah. Probably the most fun thing is when people come in, they've never thrown an axe before in their life, right? They're very nervous about it to begin with, very timid to begin with, but by the end of the hour, they're throwing the axes, they're sticking bullseyes, kill shots, just having a good time. So that's a lot of fun to see.
So you mentioned beer, but you also have a full menu.
We do. We have a full kitchen, so typical bar food, although we think our bar food is some of the best around. So burgers, wings, chicken salads, all of deep fried stuff that you would probably love to have a beer with and throw axes with, right?
Okay. Well, for people at home, tell us how we can find you online and how we can get in contact with you and learn more.
So the best thing is to hit us up on Facebook. Our Facebook tag is Beer and Axes, or you can go to our website, which is lumberjackslodge.com or beerandaxes.com. They both go to the same place.
All right, well, let's go.
Oh, I was just going to say our phone number here is area code 270-422-5706 if anybody wants to call.
I got a little excited because I was going to say, take a look. I'm going to throw another axe. And we'll see if I get any better at it. We'll see.
Really? Backwards? Backwards.
Bryce, our producer, said that was a baller move.
It is. That is huge.
Honestly, they're the ones that said, we can teach anybody to be good at this.
You know
My
what?
coach there was fantastic.
Is there an Olympic sport for this? Can
Well,
you
can
go
go to a world championship. And the thing was, if you notice, I threw it behind my back and I just stood there, not for any baller effect, because I expected it to hit the floor,
dramatic.
and I thought that it did hit the floor. It wasn't until people started making noise that I was like, wait a minute.
Look what I did.
Did I just create a moment? That was a moment.
That was a big moment.
Yeah, we're gonna go back there later in the show because axes aren't the only thing that you can throw there.
What a fun place.
And a lot of ways to win money there too.
Look at you doing
Yeah,
big
it was a
things,
good time.
Eric.
Big things to them. That was great.
People are not going to forget you in Meade County. Oh, such a fun time. And that is just one of the many reasons why a trip to Meade County definitely needs to be on your bucket list. Coming up, we're going to head on over to talk with the Tourism Bureau about everything that they have to offer all year round. We'll be right back.